Hello, hello, hellola, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo están? How are you? How is everyone? Today we're going to be continuing the color Korone. Hoy vamos a continuar Colorado de Korone. As you can see, I took her picture right here and I dropped it in and I made it really transparent. I did that because that will give me a lighter color when I select here. See how it's like almost white? Whereas if I did this, suddenly it's like further down here. She already wears really light clothes. But I really wanted to make sure that I was getting some nice pastel. So I kind of left my layers a mess. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just keep going. We'll make this, and that'll be where we start. Like usual, I just find it much easier to start with the skin. There we go. Okay. Onward. Am I on another layer? Or is it above? Okay, it is above. Here we go. That is almost too light though, I think. Hard to see if she has any color at all. Maybe this way. Or maybe I'll do the shadows first. Yeah. That wasn't the plan, but now it's the plan. Do that. Shadows first. Shadows first for our best dog. Hope everyone's doing well today. I will. I'm a little bit tired. Stuff has been going on away from the computer. Just been a lot, but it's okay. It just took a lot of energy this week trying to come up with a plan and what to do around it. So it's been a lot of energy, but not a lot of like crisis, if that makes sense. Just a lot of like, okay, what do I need to do? What absolutely is the priority right now? Like that kind of stuff. I did sleep in a little bit today, and now I'm feeling better. Normally awake by like 6:30, and today I slept in till 8 o'clock. No, almost 9. I almost slept in until 9 o'clock. So quite a bit more sleep than I've been used to lately, so that's been nice. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think those are the only places where her skin is. I didn't draw her legs or anything. So. Okay, now let's go back. Let's see if I can find a color that's somewhere between this really bright. Get this one. Put this one underneath that layer. Almost the same. Okay, so that won't be a good one either. Maybe that one, although this might look too white. But see. I can see the difference, but it's really, really slight. Kind of loses all definition. Okay. Maybe I can modify it a little. It over a little bit so it has some color, not just white. Let's see. Okay. That works. okay. It's a little bit more orangey than I would like, but what I might do is I might just fill it in and then lock the alpha layer, and then we can start experimenting with different colors for it. How that goes. I kind of want this to be one of those more loose feeling sketches, so I don't really want to spend too much time perfecting all this stuff. Okay, that looks good to me, actually, once I've made it lighter. I'm going to duplicate that layer, bring it down here, and now that I have it, it's alpha locked, I'm going to switch to pure white, make that bottom layer white. The reason I do that is because now when I merge them together, that's not a half transparent white, that's just white. Okay, I'll merge all that together. Now, let's see if I can get a really dark tone, comparatively dark. Maybe have the opacity. Just come in, darker color, really get some deeper shadow. Okay, there we go. Doesn't look super different though. Maybe I'll increase the opacity a little bit, speed it up a little bit. Okay, I see it. Ah, there we go. Okay, I've just already done that area a lot. Perfect. This just has the effect of making the shadows look a little bit fuller, a little bit richer. There we go. Okay. As always, the next step is going to be blending them. There. Take this mid color, I'm going to come back here. Okay, so I'm going to change it to the color smudge. Gently smooth it out. That one a little bit rough. There we go. I like preserving some of the brush strokes because they look kind of cool. I do want this to feel a little bit loose sketched, not quite like a finished, polished piece. There we go. Okay. So, one other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit in this video. I'm pretty aware, and I wonder how you guys feel about it, but I know when I do the drawing videos, I tend to only use English. And that started because I don't have a lot of vocabulary for how to draw. Like, I don't know a lot of the words in Spanish for like layers or paintbrush or like opacity or all of those terms that I'm using. So I feel like it would be difficult to try to talk about what I'm doing in any meaningful way. So when I started doing these, I started in English for that reason. I was really ambitious. I imagined one day doing like subtitles, but trying to subtitle an hour-long video is actually a lot more work than I had anticipated. So I don't think that's going to be a feasible option for me anytime soon, although I would love to. But the question I had, because it seems like a lot of people who speak Spanish that are coming also speak English. My question isn't like, should I never use Spanish, but would you guys like to see me talk in Spanish during these drawing videos? Because I can probably look up some vocabulary words and maybe have them on the side. Because it's mostly just things like I don't know how to say canvas or like anything drawing program. I know very little of like any sort of computer words. I only, when I was playing Nier, learned that the word bed is the net. Until then, I had no idea. So like it's mostly I don't try Spanish during this because I'm embarrassed with how little I actually know. So let me know what you think. Puedo repetir un poco las ideas. No uso español cuando estoy dibujando porque no sé muchas de las palabras que necesito para hablar de lo que estoy haciendo en este momento. Por ejemplo, no sé la programa que usa. No sé cómo decir las cosas que estoy usando por esta parte del dibujo, pero yo sé al mismo tiempo que no hablo en español cuando estoy dibujando y quiero saber, debo aprender más palabras de español para dibujando y debo hablar más en español cuando estoy dibujando. Si quieres que yo hacerlo, yo sería muy feliz obtener las palabras de dibujando y tenerlos al mi lado cuando estoy dibujando. I hope that was the basic idea of what I was saying. It's kind of hard to say, like, I don't know how to say the word canvas when I don't know the word canvas. It'd be like trying to pronounce an unpronounceable word in English. But anyway, I really just want to make sure that everyone feels included and that I'm not accidentally like totally ignoring a group or anyone really in general, but like specifically people who are here to hang out and talk and watch. And I know I try to be in the comments when these videos are going on to answer people there, and I try, if you're speaking English, I'll answer in English. If you're speaking Spanish, I'll answer in the best Spanish I can manage at the time. But I know that's not the same as having someone talking in the video in the language. So, yeah. Let me know what you prefer. Yo quiero saber qué te prefieres. I also am planning on doing some more focused Duolingo. Last time I did it was kind of just like, let's see how much Duolingo thinks I know. Let's see what I do. But I want to focus on some of the areas that I was not quite as good at, like the past tense. When I do Spanish past tense, everyone has the same verb ending, which I know is not right. But I only know some parts. Por ejemplo, cuando hablo español y quiero hablar de del pasado. Solo sé unas palabras en unas conjugaciones, unas maneras de hablar. Por ejemplo, ella sabí, yo sabí, él sabí, ellos sabieron. Es muy difícil para mí. No puedo recordar mucho los fines de las palabras. Es muy mal. Solo puedo hablar en el presente. En este momento, todo de mi vida está en este momento. Yo también sé fue, pero frecuentemente yo dice yo fue. No sé. No dijo yo fui. Todas las personas son fue. So I want to do more past tense on Duolingo so that I can start sounding a little bit more understandable. Anyway, the coloring for the hair is coming out really nice, actually. I like this a lot. I actually like it enough that I might keep it as it is and just add a little bit of detailing for the darker, keeping it really simple instead of making it all fancy highlighted and stuff. But we'll see. I want to give this a try. I think I put this... Okay, I put it in the copy of the hair. Nice. Good idea, me. Didn't even realize what I was doing. I was too busy being embarrassed about my Spanish. Okay. So I didn't really talk about like the light source for this picture or anything like that. But the way that I drew the shadows, it seems like it's coming this way again, which is a pretty common way that I will do my pictures. Like it's always the sun coming from the right, seems like. Isn't bad or anything. Seems to be my default. Not really paying attention to what I'm doing. Korone is so cute. I really, really like her design. The more I'm drawing all of the Hololive designs, though, the more I'm appreciating everyone's designs. Even the people that when I first saw their designs, I was like, oh, that's an interesting choice. I don't know if I would have gone with that. Like when I'm drawing them, I just have so much respect for the choices, the colors, the artists. Their mamas and papas did really, really, really great work. Especially like looking at Korone and in particular, she has a relatively simple design when you think about it and when you look at it, but it is so cool. Like it's simple, but it's exactly as simple as it needs to be. It's not too simple. It's not trying to be anything other than what it is. And I really like that about her design. I know for myself, I have a tendency, I don't want to do that. Maybe I'll blend first. When I do drawings, I have a tendency to either try to over design, or I will under design and go like too simple. And I'll miss out on the things that give personality. But it seems like the Hellola designs in particular, it's like really, really good. Really, really specific. Okay. I think I like that. I think might do. Yeah, it definitely looks better blended. Okay. What I might do, might go back up to full opacity over here. Oh, right, I'm in brown. I want to do some lighter color. Do this kind of shading. Where it's just little circles of color. Which always surprise me when they come out looking okay. Because to me, the circles don't feel like they would look really great, but they do every time, and every time I'm amazed. See, okay. I think that's all I want to do for that. Maybe move them up a little, not too far. A little. Yeah, okay, I like that. I'm gonna erase that part. Perfect. And now I'm gonna keep the same color, make it smaller. Up here, add little detailing highlights. Not much, just a little. Maybe a little bit to her ears. And notice her ears have a little bit of shinies too. Okay, even a little bit to her hair. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we're going. Normally I would blend these. I think I'm just gonna leave them like this. Maybe a little lighter. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and now I'm gonna merge this all down because I really like it. And now I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna find darker color. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing up here. Just a few lines darker color. It's coming out so nice. Oh, I'm so happy. I really like this. Ah, nice. A little down here. And of course, down here where the braids are. A nice way of adding detail without overwhelming when it's like a little nice sketch. Oh, I'm so happy with that. That looks really cool. Okay, and I think that can stay at full opacity. Great. Maybe. I'm gonna try one more thing. Maybe putting highlights in the circles. I think I like that. Oh my gosh. So I am always surprised when things work out. I don't know if you guys have noticed that watching this, but I think the most surprised person at any moment for like how well my drawing is going is always myself, because I remember not that long ago when I was trying to draw and I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't get the ideas I had in my head on the page. I would try super hard. It was such a frustrating experience because I had so many ideas that I wanted out there to the world. I couldn't do it. And now I'm sitting here, and it really hasn't been that long of a time. I know you guys don't really have that frame of reference because I haven't shared that yet, and I'm planning on doing a video of some sort, probably just like a quick show and tell, where I show you guys like what my art has been like. But the difference in time between like where I was and where I am now, like where I was when I was like, I can't draw what I have in my head, and where I am today, the difference is like 4 months. Like 4 months ago, I could not draw what I wanted to. I still had some basic ideas about like what I wanted and how it should look, and like that stuff I had, but I couldn't represent it on the page. I had like basic structure ideas, but I couldn't draw things proportionally. I would get really frustrated. Poses didn't work how I wanted. Like that kind of thing. So to be sitting here today, coming in to this drawing of Korone without any sort of plan whatsoever, being able to end up with something like this is truly amazing to me. Maybe if I have some time, depending on how long this coloring takes, I can find a picture, but I don't have anything prepared, so it would take a moment to find it. It might be some awkward silence, so but I'll see how I feel at the end. It looks like right now it's been 28 minutes already, and I've only done the hair and the skin. It looks great. Hard to be upset at that when it's like precisely the level of detail I wanted. So I'm really happy. And I do want to take a moment to say thank you to you guys. I know a lot of people that tend to be in the drawing stream are a mix of new people who are here and people who've been here like literally somehow from like the first day I started. And I know I've only been doing this for 2 weeks, so that's not such a long time, but I'm really so grateful for all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for choosing to spend your time here right now watching this video and seeing what I come up with. Thank you so much. Gracias. Gracias. I really truly appreciate it in ways that I can't say in either language. No sé cómo hablar mi agradecer en cada lengua. No puedo decirlo en inglés o en español. Isn't that... Oh, there we go. I had erase on. But I am so incredibly grateful. I appreciate it because I know YouTube has an infinite number of things you could be watching right now besides me, but you're here. And that means so much. If you'd asked me like a month ago if I thought that people would be interested in watching what I have to do, I probably would have been like, no way. So I don't know. You guys are precious to me. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing. Watch me. Of how to say that in Spanish before I end this, because it seems like most people that are here who speak Spanish also speak English, but I want to make sure I'm communicating the idea. I can say a little bit of it, I think. Yo sé que en YouTube, en particular, en YouTube, definitivamente hay muchas cosas que puede ver, pero en este momento, aquí, ahora, estás con mí y lo agradezco más que voy a poder decir ustedes son tantos importantes a mí porque yo sé que los canales otros existen y ustedes pueden ser ahí, pero están aquí conmigo. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Anyway, that's enough of feeling overly sentimental. I really appreciate you guys. But anyway, back to the drawing. I really love this pastel coloration. I'm really glad I went with this. And I'm gonna try not the color smudge, just low opacity for the rest of this. Okay, nice. Great. Oh, this is so cool. This really... Okay. Before I end this video, I'm gonna have to go digging for some of my old pictures to show you guys the difference, because this is just incredible. Like I said, I am incredibly amazed every time I get like what I'm trying to draw down on the page. I spent so long not being able to. So every time it's here, I'm amazed and super pleased. I think I want to go a little bit darker back here, because that's supposed to be like the back of her hoodie. So it's like a hole. Okay, and like every other time, let's use the medium color. I'm gonna blend this in. It looks so nice. Awesome. And yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I forget. I don't know if she has a zipper, but it looks like she does not, at least not visibly. Okay. Nice. I am. I just realized I forgot the tail. But we'll get there. That's okay. I can go back. Okay. And this is gonna be her inner shirt, the blue one. That's up here. I want that color for it. Okay. That's probably too big. Okay, there we go. Actually, that is too light for this. Scooch it over a little. Oh, my opacity is still up. That's probably why it was too late. Okay, there we go. I'm also noticing I have to erase out some of the skin there. Awesome. Now, that one's gonna be pretty simple. There's not too much detail needed to it. That. And quickly blend that together. Low opacity. There we go. Alright, nice. This is coming along. Okay. Our top bow pink. Is it the same pink as her dress? Yes, it looks like it is. Okay. I will put it underneath, and I'll probably do both bows on the same layer just because it would be a little bit weird to do one bow. I think, anyway. Okay. And let's see, that's the same as her collar and her buttons. The top button is and the dress color is also pink. I'll put that in there. Perfect. Okay. Now, blue. Is it the same blue as her button? Yes. Okay, nice. I'll take this blue. Come down here and put it in. Got a little bigger. There we go. Okay, and then her other button. That. Then we're gonna alpha lock this layer so we can add the shading. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking I might want to do it similarly to how I did the hair, where I had like the little lines for the shading. Just because that seemed like that worked really well. Give it a shot. Maybe that's not quite dark enough. Oh. That seems dark, maybe. There we go. That looks... Maybe if this doesn't work out, because it doesn't actually look like it's going to work out, I can just blend it. Yeah, I'll try blending it and see how that works. First, get darker part of the... Okay, there we go. Now let's try... That is very subtle. A little less subtle than the pink was, though. I can go with that. Okay. Here for the button. Nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna do and just the pink first. It's low opacity. See if that helps. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can still kind of see where I have the lines. It's not bad. A little bit less. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It still gives it the texture. Okay, cool. Okay, her dress should probably be next. Dress. And this is the thing I talk about all the time, where don't make it just pure white. Make it an off-white of some sort. Hers looks like it's more on the gray white side than it is on like a color white. Okay. I'm gonna start with this really dark color first, just to make sure that I'm getting all the parts of the dress. And then after that, I can lighten the color up where it's necessary. But I might keep this as the base shadow. Now, there we go. Go down. Okay, there we go. I'll lock that layer. Now, almost white. Put that in here. Bigger than that. Okay. Then I need to get a bit darker shadow. Make it a little bit less opaque, smaller. And this will be for the details, like underneath buttons, where there'd be a shadow, and there'd be extra shadow compared to this. Also underneath this collar, there'd be some shadow. And then side, I think this side is the side that her dress button. So yeah, see how they did like a darker line there? That's because it's two pieces of fabric meeting here, like that's where the buttons are. So I'm gonna do that well to try to imply some depth here. And I'm gonna also do the same thing like right here, just to add some more depth. Okay. And the same here. Okay, awesome. Yeah, it looks good. like with all the others, just to blend it a little bit. Then we can move, oops, not that one. Then we can move on. Should probably do her collar and her tail, and then the last thing I do can be her eyes. Okay. Great. Be a little bit higher opacity. Okay. All right. If anything, actually, I feel like I want to make this part a little bit closer to the white, and it's already pretty close. Okay. And I might just stay this tool, the blender, so that I'm blending lighter color in instead of just adding it on top. Kind of lightening the whole area. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Awesome. Cool. All right, onward. Next is the collar. I feel like after drawing for a while, it's really easy for me to end up feeling almost like I don't know. The best way to describe it is probably like I'm just chilling. Like, spent long enough drawing, I'm getting more focused, more into like the zone for drawing, which isn't necessarily, oh, there's a lot of skin stuff going on here. Okay. Isn't necessarily conducive to talking. So I find myself suddenly realizing that I've been quiet for a while. Or like, if not quiet, that I haven't really been saying very much of substance. So I apologize for that. One of the other things that I was contemplating doing when I did these drawings is coming up with topics to talk about and just kind of like steamrolling through those the whole time. But I also was feeling like if I do that, that's probably not super interesting either, because then it's just me narrating for a long time and not really saying much of anything. Where did I put the collar? Oh, here it is. Okay. Collar. Like, if I told stories this whole time, it would be, you know, reasonably entertaining, but maybe not so interesting if you just wanted to know, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing the thing that I'm doing? And I'm just like, yeah, this one time my family did this, or, you know, whatever story I choose to share. Okay, and this is gonna be the paw charm. At the same time, there's probably a good mixture of things I can do where I'm not always just like sitting here being like, and now I'm using the opacity tool, and now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing that. And I'm also not just like bombarding you with stories the whole time. Okay. If this looks okay from a distance, no, it doesn't. Okay, I was gonna say, if that looks okay as is, I won't do any more shading to it. One thing I can say is that I'm trying to be more intentional about what I am coloring instead of just like going through the motions. I'm trying to like do the minimum necessary to convey the idea I'm trying to convey. So I think that works. Right. Now I think I'm gonna do her bones so I noticed I didn't actually include them at all here. That's okay. They're probably like a brownish white, brown toned white. Maybe. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Okay. Cool. The bones. Yeah, I have some hair I need to erase. The bones. Now I'm gonna erase out the hair. There we go. Okay. Now maybe that. Yeah. Great. What I could do though, duplicate it and make this like really deep shadow here. Yeah, okay. Probably wouldn't be on that side. And now just make it like light. And then merge it together. And that's still too bright. I'll do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then, oops. Like before, I'm going to duplicate that, throw it underneath, and make it white at full opacity so that they're solidly this color. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now we can do the tail. Maybe I need more energetic music. I always, when I'm done drawing, I always feel like it was a great experience, but this music definitely I think is less focus and more like chill out time. So that's probably contributing at least a little bit to the lack of things to say. That's okay. Sometimes when things like this happen and I become aware that I'm not doing something I think I should, I also have a tendency to ask myself, like, is that really something that you should be doing? Or is it something that like you see other people doing and you think you have to do it that way? I definitely do a lot of like internally reminding myself that like this is my content I'm making and I can make it the way I want to. But I also want to make sure that it's entertaining and engaging, because what's the point of like, you know, trying to share with people if I'm not sharing in a way that people enjoy seeing? So it's all about balance for sure. But yeah, I guess if I'm reflecting on the last 2 weeks, because it really has only been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks of posting content, but the first week I was only posting videos and kind of being like, hey, I have a video up. So it's been like 2 weeks of like active engagement with people and like trying to grow an audience and talk to people and not just hide there on the other side of the internet. Being like, man, I wish that I could talk to these people. So if I'm reflecting on that, it's been like super fun and a super awesome experience. Okay, let's see. I want to do kind of like the lines I was doing before. Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. I was just worried for a moment because I didn't think of like how I was gonna do this, but this seems to be working pretty well. So, okay. Anyway, what I was saying was if I have to like reflect on this, it's been a really, really great experience so far. And I've met a lot of people and talked to a lot of people, which is not like what I do normally. In my, it sounds awful, but my like day-to-day life, I don't really talk to that many people. Say, I'm not hikikomori, but I empathize a lot with the like staying inside and doing nothing. So yeah, it's great. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is too cute. Oh, oh, I'm so happy. Who knew? Adding some lines could add so much. That's not even that much, but it's so cute. Okay. Okay, I love it. I'm not changing anything about it. What I am gonna do though is I forgot to add even like the basic shading I did at the beginning. So I'm gonna come find probably here is where I made it the darkest. And I'm gonna come do some shading. Back. This will be, yeah, all this will be shading. Back now. And instead of drawing like straight lines for the shading, it's gonna be like fluffy chunks. Okay. Also, some more around where those darker spots are. Super textured. That looks so nice. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now, low opacity, big, put it in. Didn't do a lot of blending, but didn't make that looks cool. Alright. Awesome. Now, the next to last part. The last part will be coloring in the finger over there, the Yubi. Next to last part, oops, is going to be the eyes. So, her eyes are really pretty. I love that they fade from like there's like a golden yellow in the center, and then it's like almost a reddish brown at the top. And I love that and think that's so cool. I have no plan for how I'm going to do that yet, but I love it. Oh, oops. This is above the line art. I didn't realize that. Okay, here we go. Okay, better. There we go. Actually, I do this every time, but the way I do eyes used to be like this, and you can see it a lot in the older pictures that I will. I think I've decided I'm going to find one before I end this video, and I'll put it up so you can see it, because it is very different today. I used to just like color this whole thing white, and it's still new enough to do it differently that, as you see, I like did it by default without even really thinking about it. But I'll keep it just so that it's there. Turn it into like the base of it. But what I actually do now, I erase that part, so the top half isn't there. I've still done the bottom half, and I put it in like a crescent where the eye is. It's about like halfway down the eye, so it follows the shape of the eye. And then I come in and I do another layer. Get dark blue or dark purple And it sounds crazy. It sounds absolutely crazy. Because see, now I've come in this. It kind of takes the space. The white doesn't. Okay. Sounds crazy, I know. Looks crazy, I know. But now if you take that, it's like the one time, you make it super opaque like that, and you just leave it super opaque. Okay? Leave it like that. And then this is one of the few times you don't lock your alpha layer because you want to get like a nice blend that stretches this out. But I'm going to come in and pull it down a little bit. You notice you have that nice skin color band in the center. That, when you start adding colors here, it starts to look like that white. It starts to look like a highlight that you put in on purpose. And if I zoom out and you pretend there's like eye color there, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But the other step I need to do, because this purple is transparent, is I need to come in back to the skin layer and erase out that stuff. Probably the hair too, depending. Okay. Okay, that looks like that might be the hair. Yeah, that was the hair. Okay. Cool. So now we have our pretty blank canvas right there for eyes. And if you notice, I will just name this eye purples. And if you notice, this layer is going to stay separate from the eye whites. Because the eye colors, like the inside of the eye, those colors are going to go above the whites of the eye, but below the purple of the eye. Because that will help add shading to it. I'm going to come in and grab this super light amber color. Love her eyes. So cute. Pretty. Ojos muy lindos. Bonitos. Bonitos y lindos. No soy muy certiano. No sé la diferencia por verdad de lindo y bonito. Alright, it's there. Now I'm gonna grab this mid color. It's actually closer to red than orange. Wow. Okay. Come in. I'm gonna cut my opacity and be very careful not to pick up my pen while I do this, because if you pick up your pen while you do this, it will make your opacity, like it will add color on top of the color, so you'll just end up making it like super dark as if it's not low opacity again. Now I'm gonna make it full opacity, come in and erase what I went over the line with. I could have locked my alpha layer, but I forgot. I'll erase that out real quick. She looks so cute. Okay, and now come in, get some of this darkest color, although when it's this small it's hard to tell what the darkest color is. I think I'll go with this one. Now, back to the half opacity. There. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend with this mid-tone again. That just helps us get a more rounded look. Okay. I'm on the fence about this one because the yellow took over a lot more than I expected it to. But I also don't want to like get rid of it. The purple is a pretty strong color in the pastel, so maybe I'll make those even lighter. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, cool. And now I'm going to continue on. We're going to make the centers. Oop. Every time. I am so sorry, guys. I really need to learn to shut off that alarm. Especially because, like I've said it before, that alarm isn't even like something I need. It's just something that I have in case, like, I don't know, the world ends and somehow I've managed to sleep until like, what time is it right now? 10:30 in the morning, which never happens. Never happens ever. So I don't really need to have it anymore, but it's like a security thing. It makes me feel better to know that if somehow I'm completely exhausted and I oversleep, I will get up no later than 10:30. I've never woken up to that alarm, even today when I slept in a little bit. This is probably the least favorite part for me, the drawing, because it always looks super creepy when you just add the eyes like that. There's like no way around making it look super creepy. But it'll look better in a little bit. Well, go back over it with brown center. Then darker brown from the very center. That will help a little bit. I'm gonna make both of those. Looks so creepy. I hate it. Okay. Now, because these are underneath something solid, I don't need to worry about putting a white layer under them. It won't like bleed through or anything, just to the layer below it, which is fine. Got a little bit less pink than that, and that starts to add a little bit of depth to the eyes. Now we go pretty immediately from my least favorite part to my most favorite part. So we're gonna start adding some highlights. Okay, I do this. Come in the smaller brush, and this isn't gonna be like the super shiny part yet. It's gonna be like reflections on the eye itself. Kind of like Korone has, if you've noticed, when she blinks, some of the lighter color will slide around. Sorry, Korone, if you ever happen to see. It's because those are the parts of the eye that aren't like the shines, like the whites, but they are part that are brighter. Like, you know how your eye, if you look at it, doesn't have just just like the parts where they have the highest highlight. Yeah, that's much better. They also have parts where they catch the light in other ways. That's like what's happening there. I might actually yeah, there we go. Okay. And I'll come in, erase a little bit off of the side. Now, Now we get to add the like actual shiny parts. I go for almost white, full opacity, color in where I want. Part of what I want to do for this one, I think in particular, I want some of the light to go over the line art. So what I'm going to do, drag, so I'll make this eye shines. I'll drag it way up to the top. So it's going to be above everything. So now you can see right there, suddenly a lot brighter because it's also above the purple. That. I want to look at eyes a little more. I know she has like a lighter highlight there and really just like the one spot there, I think. But again, that picture's I think she has lighter streak here. And eye shines can be pretty unique and they can be pretty complicated. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it by any means. Lots of ways. Eyes shiny. Now I'm just softening it up a little bit so it looks a little bit less like someone came in like Microsoft Paint. A little bit more like her eyes are just being shiny. And then the last thing I like to do, and I feel like I have pretty good grasp of the eyes. Make some small adjustments here and there. This. Okay. Cool. Maybe I will even a little bit. Oh right, they are alpha locked. Blend those a little bit. If you blend really gently, like as you notice I did with these whites right here, they look like they're glowing a lot more. That's a tip to keep in mind. But anyway, what I do when I start to feel like I have a pretty good grasp on what the eyes are going to look like is I will then come in and start adding some more details. Oh, I want little lines. I want the pixels. Okay, there we go. Little lines that are darker that start kind of like blending the colors together a little bit. And it'll be hard to tell from a distance that they're here, but they'll help the picture feel more cohesive, like their eyes. Because the reason they'll be hard to tell later is that I will blend them all in. But they start to feel more like eyes if you do it this way, and less like blobs of color. I try to grab a little bit of each and put it in each area. Like this really light color. I'll extend up here a little bit. Not necessarily too far, like you don't want it all the way up. That would be a little strange. But just try to make sure that each color is represented throughout the eye. Even if there's an area that's like primarily one or the other color. And now we're gonna blend that in. I'm gonna go neutral tone, do the blending. Okay, too strong. then I don't know if you noticed earlier, but I made a copy of the eye. So I'm being a little bit flexible with that and like, you know, quick to smudge that over, because now I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. And that detail from below is going to come back again. Right. Other thing I might do, that bottom layer, top. I just like to mess around with this a little bit to see what I end up with. I do kind of like this. I think probably I could have gone more simple with the eyes, but this isn't bad. This isn't a bad representation of Korone's eyes. They are the most complicated thing in here if we look at the shading and like how I did the rest of it. So that might be what's throwing me off a little bit. But I think I like them the way they are. So all that's left is to put in background. Usually what I do when I'm just drawing like a person. Oh, I forgot the finger. Okay, I'll do the background first because it's really simple. But when I'm drawing a person like this, usually all I do is I just get the gradient tool and I pick a color that's somewhere in their theme and just like come in and lightly radiate around them. No real background. But what I might do, since she is writing here, might come in, I'm going to color the finger her skin color. Where to put that layer? Put it above the eyes. Let's name it Yubi. I'll color it in. A little bit of shading around the knuckles. Nothing too fancy. And then pink nail. A little bit too like fleshy. Okay, I think that's okay. And then white top of the nail. Now, what I'm gonna do underneath that, I'm going to put in, I'll do a rectangle. Try the fill tool. Yeah, it has a tendency to do this, and I don't really know why. I guess I won't do that. I'll just make a rectangle outline. And then fill it. Deselect. Because of the background I chose, it's kind of hard to see that box. Maybe what I'll do, this is where I'll use angle tool. So I'll come up to the black layer, outline this again. I'm gonna make it darker, but I actually kind of like it being so bold. I'll make it lighter, all the same. I do like it like dark and sharp because it looks like a text box in a video game, but I will bring it back to this. And then I'll just go over this line again. Okay. All right, awesome. So I already did a signature for it because I put up the line art on Twitter. So my signature I just hid while I was doing this. And now it's back. Wrong layer. Might put it somewhere else. The advantage of having it on a different layer is I can do this and be like, okay, where makes the most sense? Where can I put it that I keep most of the picture intact, but it's also difficult to remove out? Not that this is particularly hard. If someone really wanted to, they would be more than capable of removing it and keeping like important details of the picture. But anyway, this is Korone. So thank you for watching this. I am really pleased with how this came out. I will be putting it up on Twitter shortly after this video ends so other people can see. But before I end this video, let me come over here. I'm gonna I'm gonna stop the music because I have other music playing. And I'm gonna see if I can find pictures to show you guys. So like I said before, I have not done this yet. So I have to come find things. Okay, yeah. Okay, I found some good ones that I can show. Okay. So let me image where is this? Okay. Here we go. Okay. So this was a picture I did in about the same amount of time I just did Korone, like start to finish. This was one I did in January. See if I can put that up here. So this is January of this year. So only, let's see, it's April now, 3 months ago. 3 months ago, this was like what I was drawing, okay? I have others, like, I have others from January. Oh, let's see. If I can find another one. It looks like those ones are saved as paint files, so I can't put those in. But I might be able to get this one. So, okay, hold on a sec. I saved that. Hold on. Okay. Okay, this one is another one I did in January. As you can see, I didn't really have a good grasp of hands at that point. I didn't have a good grasp of shading or colors, or proportions. She's like totally not proportional. If I flip her around, you can see like her body is a little bit weird. Definitely not like good proportion work. This one too, the coloring's not great, her proportions are off. And this one I did in less time and today, by like an hour, I think, because I think it's been about 3 hours for Korone's picture. But like it's not great. Let's see if I can find one more that's maybe older, because in January I was starting to get it. Let's see. I have an entire folder on my computer that's just kind of like pictures, things I've drawn. What is this one? I don't even know when this one was from. Good example. No, that was still in January. Okay, I want to go older than that. Mostly I have a lot of unfinished pictures. Oh, I can show this one. Okay, this one was from May, so almost a year ago. It's a really good example. Okay, so let me put this one in image. Let's name it May 2020. And this is about the time I decided that I was going to get serious about learning to draw. What's it called? Hold on, I just need to find it again. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, it's giant. I forgot about that. Okay, so this was in May of 2020. So these two up here, these ones were more recent. This one was in May of 2020, and like, as you can see, I sort of have the ideas down here. I sort of can do some things, but the coloring is really bad, the outlines are really bad. I'm not using like any tools. Also, I like didn't know how to continue drawing the rest of the picture, so I just like stopped. And this background, the angle's all wrong. It's not really like, the ideas are there, the concepts are there, the ideas, thoughts, everything's there, but it's not great. So yeah, I have come a long way, and when you see things like that, I hope you understand a little better now why when I'm drawing Korone, which we ended up with today, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. It's like exactly what I wanted it to look like, and somehow I managed that. And like, it's amazing to me because less than a year ago, I was drawing like, I mean, months ago I was drawing like that, but less than a year ago, this was the best drawing I'd done ever. So, anyway, on that note, I'm gonna stop here. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye!